What's going on, everybody? Hello, hello. Play some ranked tonight. Chill night, but get some ranked placements done. I know we're starting a lot later than usual. Had some IRL happenings, but we're still here. That's the important part. Guy, what's going on? Carl, enjoy your lurk. You are correct, Luis. This is not Halo. Did that release? I guess that did come out today, didn't it? Is anybody playing the Halo 1 remaster? Is that just... It's not... It's coming out on PlayStation, but it's on all platforms. Right? Oh, that's early access. Okay. You know what? Screw it. We're just gonna... We're gonna hop straight into ranked. We're just gonna hop straight into it. No warm-up. Who needs it? Who needs warm-up? Just beat up on people in ranked without practice, right? Try and carry everything over from yesterday. I don't think I've ever played this course. I don't think I've actually even heard of this course. Shio Tori. I think I did know that it came out because I had read some post about, I guess the pistol and the sniper sounds were different from the original Halo, which I thought was interesting. So I don't know what other changes they made to the game. New PoE update tomorrow? Is that for 1 or 2? I don't know if... They still update 1, don't they? Well, if there's a new PoE update tomorrow, I can expect that I'm not going to hear much from my manager come the afternoon. It's for the first one. Yeah, I wonder how much he's still playing the original versus PoE 2. How far out is PoE 2 from full release? Because it's just a paid early access, right? And then it's once they go full release, it'll be free to play like PoE 1. I don't know. I've thought about trying PoE at some point. I know it would be like terrible for stream, but I've thought about it. Supposedly end of this year, at least the core content. Might skip some classes for that release. Okay. Yeah, I played a little bit of Path of Exile a long time ago. I actually don't know when that was. Because I think I had deleted Path of Exile from my... Oh, no, I didn't. Last played April 23rd, 2019. So yeah, a little over 7 years ago. I tried it out. I think I played like partway into Act 2 or 3, something like that. I don't know. I only played it for 9 hours. Hey, Steel Scott. You love Path of Exile? It's very popular. My manager at work is a huge PoE guy. Huge PoE guy. That's like his main thing. Yeah, I've only played a little bit. I've thought about it. Thought about trying, because I think I would like it, but I don't know. I also am the guy that so many people come in and tell you that you can't beat this game without a guide, and that makes me want to never look at a guide and try and prove people wrong. It's not to say it wouldn't be tough, but I'd figure it out. I have enough hubris to think that. Yeah, what up, Hulk? How's it going, my guy? Not ideal. Try hard. Yeah, I am a bit of a try hard. It's true. It's true. Would you guys believe it if I told you that I was a gym class hero? Would that surprise anybody? I don't think that it should surprise anybody. But 100%. Why am I going to play something that is inherently competitive? If you can win, I'm going to try to win. Beat PoE with a shoe on your head, no guide, 100% speed run, no. Okay, now we're taking things a little bit too far. Now we're taking things a little bit too far. What am I doing? I want choked. Try and give it a chance. Too much deal off. Needed to be somewhere in between. I was trying to get the pitching wedge to roll, but that was a little bit too much. Brick your build, and it's hard to respec if you mess it up too many times. Oh, while using a DDR mat? Done by Christmas for the content. If I streamed more, there are probably stupid challenges like that I would be a little bit more willing to tackle. I don't think we stream enough to do too many stupid things that are time intensive. But that being said, I do need to bring other games into the portfolio. Yeah, obviously some of it is going to be via just first playthrough and such, but I think there are probably ways to get into some other games. Is it ethical to train your kids from a young age with challenge runner's mindset? Honestly, I think that that's how you should raise your kids. Society's too soft these days. Everybody wants winning with no effort. You know, it's instant gratification, all that jazz. You gotta teach them to work for it. Some things are gonna be hard, but it feels so good when you overcome. You conquer the thing that you've been grinding to beat. You know, I was even thinking just today about, like, kid's not really old enough to be introducing video games, but I was like, maybe when he's like 5, like, get a CRT TV and an NES. You know? Go old school. They've only got to learn A, B, up, down, left, right for inputs, and they're gonna... Oh, Slick Peach doesn't want to catch these hands. But, like, give them OG Super Mario Bros. It's like, all right, figure it out. Once you're done with that, we got Contra. You know, once we can bring guns into play. Honestly, before I force any child to play Contra, I should probably get past, like, more than, like, the first stage. myself. Have GTA 6 for their first game? That's bad parenting. There, I said it. That's bad parenting. Can't be giving a 6-year-old a game like that. Really unfortunate that some parents have like no filter on what their kids can or cannot be exposed to. Actually kind of wild to me how much language and certain themes that parents will just like let slide. It's kind of wild. It's like their brains are not like, there's so much that they absorb from that, and yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that like, you know, I'm necessarily going to adhere to game ratings to when my kid can be exposed to it. I think that's a kid-to-kid thing. I think that's knowing your child, understanding their mental maturity level and what sort of things they can handle. But I think as far as like M-rated games go, GTA is definitely up there in terms of like how graphic and, you know, whatnot the content is. Unrestricted iPad access is 2 years old. Yeah, the only thing that our kid has access to on the iPad is like an educational game. So it has, it's educational games, and they read books and different things. Like, screen time is very limited. The shows, Baldi's Bases. I freaking remember Turco's obsession with Baldi. That'll work. It's flat enough. That's flat enough. But yeah, some people like, oh man. We limit screen time. He gets like a show. It's like one episode of a show and like 30 minutes of educational game. And like we're hand selecting the shows. We're not showing our toddler junk. He's watching low stim stuff from like when we were a kid. Although no, we do watch some newer stuff. But like Paw Patrol and Bluey are like the newer age things that we have, but like we also out here rocking Sesame Street and, you know, classics such as Bear in the Big Blue House, Between the Lions. Oh, YouTube's awful. So the cousins on my wife's side of the family are in that like elementary school to middle school range. And we went down to her aunt and uncle's the one time, and all of the cousins and stuff were in, and they just had on some YouTube thing, and I was like actually shook at like how like some of the stuff felt like semi-sexual. I was like, what is happening? Yeah, cable TV, everything had to get network approval. So like the worst was not that bad. May not have been educational, but it wasn't like bad. Then when you get to like streaming services, there's a little bit that still slips through the cracks. Like it's not as good as how filtered cable television was. But the YouTube stuff is really, really bad. YouTube stuff is really bad. Like, even YouTube Kids doesn't mean it's safe by any means. Using characters kids like, yeah, it's like, it's awful. Like, I don't even know, like, my wife and I are just like sitting there looking at it. I was like, are her cousins, because it's her cousin's kids, is like, are her cousins like even like paying attention to what their children are watching? It's like, it's so bad. So bad. You never let them watch that Colpster slot, Vandy. That's probably a reasonable choice. Yeah, we are very, we're very profane, not very kid-friendly here. That's for sure. Not much of a family stream around these parts, unfortunately. Yeah, we're just swearing all the time. Terrible topics of conversation. Real brain rotty stuff we do over here. Yeah, there's absolutely no thinking. Ah, 4 right. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, I don't know what. Oh, out of bounds. I guess technically, it's not that there are no thoughts here. There are sometimes minimal thoughts. Hey, second try, he hit it about where I did. Apparently breaks a lot. Is he just gonna gimme? I was kind of rushing through it because I thought he was, I don't know, thought I was maybe gonna forfeit the hole. Oh, double crossed it. I was concerned about hooking it too much. So I ended up playing it out too much to the right, but he said, you know what? That looks like a great place to play from. I'll come join you. So I'm playing Halo CE make? Is that what they're calling it? Halo C make instead of remake? Not really authentic art style wise. So for me, like, I have played, I don't know, I have the original. This is a dumb shot. Should I be doing it? Absolutely not. So I don't even think it gets up, but maybe it does. Maybe it does. But like, I have the Xbox 360 10-year anniversary edition. I have the Master Chief Collection on Xbox One. I have the Master Chief Collection on PC. Have they really done any, like, is it substantial enough for me? I feel like it can't really be. I mean, the one thing that's missing to me for the first 2 Halo games is 4-player co-op. Right? Like, the lack of 3 and 4-player co-op is the only thing that I really care about with it. Hey, Golf and Eagle. I haven't played ranked enough to go higher than, like, Eagle, I think. If I grinded it out, we would be Condor, but I've never put in enough time in ranked. Normally I just play TGC tours and stay in competitive society stuff. Oh, so the weapons look the weapons look realistic, but the recoil is not there. So it's like they've prettified the graphics too much. Interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? Like, you keep trying to improve the graphical thing, but you keep the same base physics and design principle, and so you end up getting, like, this overly realistic looking thing that doesn't behave like real life. Kung Fu Kenny. Ah, yes. A B101 course. I can't wait to hit into a front to back downsloping green. Unk alert! Alright, fair enough. Thank you for the 440 joules, though. Appreciate that, man. I guess I technically am in the... I definitely qualify for Unk. I mean, I have kids of my own, so... fair enough. Oh no, it just said you can send it. So how, okay, so explain to me, it just said you can send it, but joules are money. So did you know you were sending money? Does YouTube give, like, small amounts of money, or is there, like, a way to earn joules to give? I remember back in the day, Twitch had that, watch ads for bits program. Nice shot. They had that watch ads for bits program, and I got shadow banned from it. I watched too many ads. They were like, this guy is actually losing us money. Ooh. That does kick a little bit left. That's going to be in close. Somebody's closer. Gave you some free ones. Don't know how it works. Yeah, so giving joules in a vertical stream, or I guess they even have it now where it's in, like, the horizontal streams as well, but giving joules is the same as, like, giving bits or any of those sorts of things on Twitch or TikTok or, you know, any of the platforms. Effectively, every joule is 1 cent. So that's $4.40, which I am always grateful for. But yeah, if you had them, then sweet. Like, if they gave them to you for free, it's probably to, like, wet the whistle a little bit. And like, oh, I like sending streamers these joules. I'm sure it's all, like, a part of a dissociation from money of, like, you buy it and then you forget that it's money, and that's kind of the model that they work off of. Like the Oblivion remaster, higher fidelity, but the character's still talking at Goofy, so it's jarring. I mean, the characters looking and acting Goofy was always jarring to begin with in that game, let alone making them look better. Yeah, they were certainly interesting looking people. Oh, I pushed it. But it is pro and not legend, so a 3-degree push is not all that bad. Interesting. Arm bounce, but like did not release. I mean, at the end of the day, all of these different... Ooh. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That much break right at the end of it. Hey, Antidepressiva. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for the luck. Johnson just respawns if he dies? What? What are they even doing with that? Definitely not worth it. But yeah, when they announced the remake for it, like I didn't get hyped about it. I love Halo, but just doesn't do anything for me to get another remaster of it. Oh no. Okay, I thought the fairway kick was gonna be worse. It like just missed landing on the green barely. But yeah, it's funny how all the different platforms are structured. Like, YouTube doesn't really push monetization on like long form videos because ads and everything are baked into the system, and that's where they make most of the money. Obviously, they have the memberships and stuff, so it's like, well, if people want to subscribe to a channel, which I guess the memberships are for live, yeah, they're for all of it, right? Live, long form, or shorts. That's one way that they can get extra money, but I feel like there's always that push for trying to monetize the live stream content. So like, okay, well, how can we best monetize live stream? Well, we'll do what TikTok does. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the members perks, there are ways that channels make use of it where like it's meaningful to pay other than just outright supporting. Like you can do members only, or yeah, the members get access to things earlier. I left it open, but it should carry enough. Yeah, so I mean, I don't have any special benefits to offer on YouTube. So like, I have the memberships there, but I've only ever had like 1 or 2 members at any given time. Probably like less than 5 total months worth of individual membership over the course of it. Cause like, there's nothing, you're not getting anything other than supporting me. But like, I also don't ever try and push subscribing on anything because I'm not. Do I like money? Of course. Will I accept money? Of course. Who wouldn't? But I don't need it to survive, so I'm not gonna be like out here begging for it. Members only golf tips. Yes, I can help you get down to like a 30 handicap. That's where the That's where the real knowledge is. I can take... Playoff was like, I can take anybody to a 30 handicap. No, it's actually not that bad because my knowledge of golf is not bad. It's my actual execution on the course. I should have just... I can't quite get a fairway drop, almost. Should have just tried to err more on the close side. What would be funny here is if he puts himself far enough that he can't reach the green in 2 and like somehow I still like square this hole. Going for Halo 2 next if they're going out the door. I mean, you would think that Halo 2 is coming next. What I'm more interested in... Oh my word, can you imagine if he put it in the water on his second shot? I'm curious about the next Xbox project, the Project Helix or whatever. Put it in the water and almost hold it out for eagle. Your dad absolutely loves this game, Billy. I love this game as well. It's a good time. Play a lot of this game. How's Bonanza going, Stevie? It's going well. Didn't play it this week. Should get back to it next week. This week was a little bit funky. Ended up having to cancel stream on Tuesday, and then we just a late stream today. So I was like, I'm not gonna bring the Switch downstairs to set it up just for like 2 hours. But it's going well. Making progress. We've reached we had like the split path thing, so got the one level cleared. I have to clear the other level to progress. But it's been fun. Pretty mindless for the most part. But enjoyable enough. Hey, CCX, how are you doing? Hope all is well. 93... Hit it into this right to left slope and kick it left to the hole. Ah. It's too forward. Roughly 30 hours to beat the main story. Sneaky long, but good. I mean, we've only played 3 times, so we're probably like 9 hours in? 9 to 10? I mean, it's good that there's a lot of content, right? I mean, I guess it also depends like how close to 100% you're trying to go, right? How much side stuff. Shiotori, I already got that tonight. I already got that one tonight. Yeah, that was our first or second match. All right, that guy didn't want any more. Submitted. Good evening, Whacker Guy. Good evening, good evening. Yeah, I think for Shiotori, I only was able to play a little bit of it before the guy quit out. I probably got like 3 or 4 holes in. Yo, cheers, Woody. What's good, dude? What's good, what's good? How many 5 and outs have I had playing ranked? I think only 2 of the... I think we've gone through 4 matches. I think the one guy quit early enough that it didn't count. I was 2 up on him through 2 or 3 holes. Probably 2 up through 2. Yeah, so far we've been rolling along. I don't play enough ranked, so I end up playing lower lower ranked people at the beginning. Even though we wipe them, they don't tend to match us up with higher people. Which is fine. Makes it at least when we play ranked at the beginning. It's nice and chill. You know, just don't really have to think about much. Dominate. This guy's gonna put it in the water. Certainly a choice. I know it's a par 4. He's in the water. We'll just... I don't know what I would have done normally. If I would have done it like this or not. Because this is still like 170 out. I was 212. I don't even... What am I talking about? This makes it so far to go. Baby cut. Started it just a little bit too far left. That'll work though. Win streak bonus points? Probably. I feel like it's one of those things, Vandy, where they have the system in a way where they don't want people to reach the highest rank too fast, right? Like that's part of it. And like obviously really good players are going to do that. But I know that's a thing. I remember even back playing something like Hearthstone. Like if you were win streaking, they would give you like the equivalent of an extra win. Yeah, they don't have to give you anything crazy. You know, and maybe it's tamed down based on player distribution, right? Like rank distributions and stuff, how they give that out so that you don't have people win streaking at the beginning of a season and all of a sudden just like running away and then playing people that they're not even close to ranked with. I probably should have aimed this just a hair to the right. Because now I'm thinking about it, it's 2 miles an hour on a diagonal. It's not going to do enough. Certain rank, the matches tend to be who can get an eagle between his birdies all the time, can get a little sweaty. Yeah, that's why the biggest gripe for me with ranked is that I wish ranked had a master. Like, I wish it just had a higher difficulty. I feel like with it being on pro, the misses are easy, you know. The misses aren't that punishing. I feel like you should have... I appreciate the courses that they've put in, right? Like, I appreciate the difficulty of the courses that they're putting on ranked. But I think that the conditions need to be harder. I also think that not just in ranked, but in general, you should rank that they should tell you what the firmness and speed is up front. Like you should see going into it what your settings are. But I think that there should be, I'm not saying all the time that the wins need to be crazy, but like switch up the firmnesses, switch up the wins. But the thing is, like, the rank, like, the player base as a whole is not, I don't think, good enough for that. I'm not saying that there's not a large number of players that can play with it or would get better, you know, and be able to play it after putting some time into it. But I think when you put it on Pro, that's just kind of, you're saying this is where the skill level of players is. Hey, sincerely. Screen goes back, looks like my head is hovering. Yeah, I got the black chair with the black t-shirt, black headset. We're just... It's the next closest thing to when we've done the stream with the green screened shirt. Maybe I'll have to do that stream again. Everybody seemed to enjoy when I wore the green shirt that gets fully keyed out. That was bad input. Ranked lobby, choose difficulty. Here's my concern with that. I think you need enough players to support that sort of thing. And I think one thing that is probably of concern is player dilution. Right? The more modes and the more things that they give people, the bigger of a player base that they need to have on average. I hit it. But like the bigger active player base they need to have in order to support it. Right? If you think about how hard it is for ranked matchmaking to like do pairing and stuff, like, if you start adding other ranked modes, that's why I don't think that the master one is going to come. I wish that it would. I think the compromise would be some sort of increasing difficulty as you move up the ranks. You know, now would that create some sort of sandbagging? It's very possible. Very possible that it could. Fortunate. You played Spyro, feel like Season 8 Daenerys Targaryen. Man, we played through Spyro years ago. Is this your first time playing Spyro, or did you play Spyro as a kid? Because I didn't play Spyro as a kid. I played as a full-grown adult my first ever time playing it. Well, that open might actually be really, really good. Indeed it is. I don't even think it's... Yeah, I mean, softer greens definitely play a part, but the low winds... Low winds, I appreciate that courses have a little bit more elevation change now, but the lack of winds really can make it point and shoot at times. Games in Tiger Woods games with ranked lobby, but it was harder to, if you played Trusa. I would be curious to know, we'll never get these numbers, what the player count difference is between like those Tiger Woods games and these games, and what other online game modes did you have, right? Because if it's competing with societies and normal ranked and casual and I'll say Divot Derby and Topgolf. Now I don't know how much those modes are pulling, but the more online potential modes that you have, it's more places to pull the user away. So if you add another multiplayer mode, I think there's a big risk there that they don't want to take of like everything feels like you can't get a match. Right, I think that's the big thing that they don't want. So, obviously there's the player perspective of wanting these things. I'm just looking at it from the perspective of the company of like, you want to have the perception that your game is active. Because if there's a perception that the game is dead to the casual user, you lose that player from playing, you lose that player from purchasing microtransactions or purchasing season, clubhouse passes and all of that. Howdy, Jim. Howdy, howdy. Played an hour at your friend's place, but this is his first time. This is the first time you're playing the full trilogy. Early 3D platformers are the games of all time. Yeah, we went through that phase when those remakes were coming out. We played Spyro and played Crash. Played both trilogies. I'm gonna put that in the bunker, aren't I? Played both trilogies, and the thing that got me the most with Crash, at least, was the fixed camera. The fixed camera and, like, the depth perception, it's tough. That's tough. Trying to, like, jump on boxes while you're in a position where you like can't really see, like, is no bueno. And I wish I could go for the green in too. These, you would think with the hybrid, you would get a decent power pick. I don't know. I need... Whatever. I need to have it so that I can hit like a wedge coming in here on the third shot. The teething baby ringer right now. I feel you, man. My baby got 2 teeth before 4 months. So I feel you there. I'm not like in it where it's just like the back to back to back yet. But yeah, it's already begun here too, so I feel you. Teething can definitely not be fun. Commander Keen series. I've heard of Commander Keen, but I'm not familiar. That was a choice. I don't know if John Loose Cannon thought he could make the green in too. Keep leaving the face open. I mean, it's very fortunate that these are on pro, but still don't want to be doing that. You want to play the Crash games after? Yeah, it's weird. It's weird playing like the old 3D stuff when you don't have the nostalgia for it like some people have. That's like, I don't have... I think maybe... Oh, we got a green chipper? We got a green chipper here. He is a loose cannon. Like, as a kid, I didn't have a Nintendo 64. my cousins did. So I think I played like a tiny bit of Banjo-Kazooie at their house, but like I don't have nostalgia for that. That series. I do love the Mario, like the 3D Mario platforming stuff. Now, I didn't play Sunshine because I didn't have a GameCube. Again, didn't have a 64, so I played my experience with Super Mario 64 was via I played it on the DS. I had the DS version of Mario 64. But I still had a ton of fun with that one. Trying to think what other like old 3D platformer stuff there was. I clearly didn't play a lot of them. But I would say as a whole, like, platforming is not like a main genre. I mean, I guess I play the Souls games, so maybe platforming is a main genre that I that I play, but it's not. It's not really one that I play too much. Oh, he worked the backstop inside. Good putt. Good putt. I'm confused. To say win 3 matches, I thought we already had 3 matches. Yeah, 2D platformers have aged way better. For sure. For sure. Because I just think the like pixel art style and all of that just holds up way better over time. It's kind of the same way with, yeah, we've completed 4 matches, but it's saying we only won 3, but I won all of them. I don't know. It's the same thing with like early visual effects. Not visual effects, but like visual effects that are like early CGI, right? There are certain movies that still hold up and can mask some things well, but that early age of 3D animation and CGI and everything, like there's certain things that just don't stand the test of time because it's in this awkward stage. Yeah, and so I think you get the same thing. I think you get the same thing with 3D platformers. Yeah, I mean, 2D platform, I mean, you think about how big, like, Kaizo Mario and stuff is. Well, that's on Super Mario World, which came out on the Super Nintendo back in, like, 93 or something like that. But the style of it holds up well, and then you're able to make stuff off of it. Conkers. Oh, I did love Jak and Daxter. I only had the first one because it went T with guns and everything later on. But Jak and Daxter and the Precursor Legacy, I loved that as a kid. Missed the plat last night, JB. We 23 under going out, and then we shot 23 under on the weekend, finished at 46. So, nothing crazy, but solid enough. Solid enough. We were actually decent on the flat stick from long range, but we missed way too much from like 5 to 10 feet. So yeah, I'll take it. It's not like the crazy scoring, but it's solid enough. You know, I was surprised as we were playing, as I didn't feel like I was doing anything phenomenal, but we were not in a terrible spot. So we'll see how we finish out. I think through 3 rounds we were sitting at 10th. I know that's not going to hold up. Yeah, I'm sitting T10 right now. My round 4 wasn't great. Like, I'm assuming I'll drop some spots, and I know that people have still yet to play their round 2s, so I'm also expecting to fall out of it. But yeah, I think we went like 14 under, 9 under, 12 under, 11 under, something like that. So yeah, a like sneaky solid performance. Like, it was one of those we were just kind of playing and going and wasn't really thinking about it. Didn't think I was doing anything too crazy, but it was solid enough. Practical effects for yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you guys, this is like full shout out to a channel that will never know who I am and I have no affiliation with. If you're interested in visual effects, or like you just like TV and movies and the stuff that goes into them, visual effects, animation, stunt stuff, my wife and I love Corridor Crew on YouTube. Every week they do reacts videos. They've got hundreds of them at this point. React to visual effects and fight scenes and different things. Some of it's just their guys. Some of it they actually like bring on people like from the industry, people that have worked for ILM and some of these big studios and whatnot. It's awesome. I love it. But yeah, there's like that. When there's the practical, I love practical effects. They're so good. They're awesome. But yeah, the full CGI replacement, terrible. CGI mixed with the practical, it could be so good. Be so good. Okay, we're not going anywhere. Just give me a couple minutes. Take a quick break, and then we'll come back for some more ranked. We got one more to see where we rank. Oh yeah.
It's raining.
Ads. I'm out here hitting the wrong button, shutting my camera off instead of refreshing the capture card. That's like the one problem for the stream that I have not solved, is the capture card. The audio delay just slowly creeps up as the stream goes on. The only thing I like haven't tested and would have to is by like streaming without, I guess, the vertical cam, but like I don't know, because the vertical canvas would still be there, I just wouldn't be streaming. So I don't know if it's like a duplication of the capture card that starts to delay it or what happens. We'll play 3 wood here. I don't want to get too far down there. Give me a wedge. Give me a wedge. Yeah, I think next week we'll have Plat. We'll have at least one night of Bonanza. But from there, I gotta figure some things out. Trying to determine content-wise what to do. I got the short end of that lie. That's unfortunate. Because I feel like I need to get back to just, we'll call it taking risks, coming up with some ideas for like challenges and different things we can do, things that maybe we can like also just turn into a standalone YouTube video. I need to, oh jeez. Need to think about things. I shouldn't have added that last little bit of power. That was such a bad lie. But that's where, like, I should, with a wedge, I should not be trying to hold that. I should be just trying to place it to a good place to putt. Can try and hold, like, the loftier clubs, but, or the less lofted clubs that are gonna roll out and try and roll one in. I'm like starting to feel like I'm running out of monitor space. I've always been fine with 2 monitors. The problem that I'm running into is that the YouTube vertical chat has some like extra stuff that the chat bot does not pick up. So like if somebody in the vertical stream does like the said hi action or like gives jewels, like for whatever reason the Streamlabs dashboard, like when I refresh it, it shows the jewels, but it doesn't show them come up in real time, which I do not understand. It must be like some weird thing with it being a pop-out, so like I don't have that. And then like if I keep forgetting to do it, but I feel like I should go live on TikTok at some point. But if I do that, then that's another chat integration that's not integrated with the chat bot that I use for Twitch and YouTube. So it's like, need even more space. Wow, that snapped. Then Facebook Live. Didn't Facebook Live shut down, right? Didn't they stop doing the like Facebook gaming stuff? What's going on, Spencer? It's going well. Family's doing well. Thank you for asking. Just had your first in February. Well, congrats. Hope all is going well for you guys. So you'll understand the pain of this then. Our baby got 2 teeth and could roll front back to front before 4 months. That's how it's going. It's going well though, just happening fast. But no, I thought there was some sort of talk about the Facebook gaming program like winding down. I was pretty sure, at least. Feels shorter than it should have been. Was it ever wound up? I know that at least within PGA there was at least some Facebook presence, because there was almost a bit of, I'm not gonna say almost, there was definitely a bit of time where it was like, there was the Twitch PGA versus Facebook PGA. I think there was a mayhaps a little bit of drama. 6 weeks early, so coming into row now, teething, getting super vocal and learning to roll. All the fun things, yeah, that's where we're at. Any news on a 2K27? 2K27 should come, I would think, around the same time that this one released next year. I mean, I guess there's the chance that they like slightly shift that date, but I would expect similarly to that. Was it like, I think at least the early access was late February. I would think it would be around there, but there's been no news, and I would not expect news honestly until like a few weeks prior. Not really anticipating anything, because they don't. This isn't one of those games in their portfolio where they're really pushing it crazy like that. Okay, I need this to do the kick and roll. Give me the kick left and then feed towards the hole from here. Alright, we got a putt. Hey, Axel, how are you doing? Yeah, we're back from paternity leave. Back on the golf. Still trying to rotate in some other things, but we back. We back. You hate Twitch with a passion, Rob? Elaborate. Or are you just here to stir up some drama? In terms of online presence, I mean, it's definitely probably the lowest of the sports titles. It's also the only sports title that is a biannual release. You know? Madden, FIFA, even WWE, like, they're all yearly. They're all yearly releases. Come on, keep rolling. A little more left. I'll take it. Nothing but ads. You're at the point it's not worth watching anymore. Not talking about my channel, just the overall experience. Yeah, I mean, part of that is that obviously Twitch, you know, trying to make money, but the other part is that creators are incentivized to run ads. Because at 3 minutes of ads per hour, creators go from a 30-70 split to a 55-45 split in their favor. Something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. Some creators just run the ads on a schedule. I try and run mine on breaks so that people don't miss anything. That's kind of my motto with it. I guess he wants me to concede his fourth. I guess I forgot that I was like right there to tap in. Yeah, I try and take a break to like, because I hate the viewer experience of being in the middle of a conversation and then getting hit with ads. So, like, if I hate that as a viewer, why would I do that to people? Now, I've definitely thought about how can I, you know, I've thought about running less ads and having everybody hit with ads as they come into the channel, but I feel like that's still not a great idea. One day we'll get a hole-in-one on a par 4. Yeah, you miss stuff in other streams, and like the alternative, right? By doing that, by running ads that way, when new people come in, they don't get hit with ads, right? Because the pre-rolls are gone. But the alternative is everybody watches pre-rolls, and then once you're in, if you stay around for a long time and you don't sub, there are no ads, that's great. But the truth of the matter is, as much as I think about reverting back to how we had it like that, it ultimately boils down to most people watch for 30 minutes or less. And so if they watch the pre-roll, like, they're not sticking around long enough to get the benefit of not seeing any more ads from that point on. Right? It's not like everybody that's here got here at the start of stream is like, I'm gonna be here to the end of stream, I'll watch the ad at the beginning, and then I'll watch nothing else. The statistical likelihood is that if the person was going to be there for the entirety of the stream every day, not saying this is always the case, but there's a higher likelihood that that person subscribes. And then in which case, they're not watching any ads. So I've just kind of subscribed to, well, I'm going to take breaks and I'm going to make it the most friendly for when new people come to the stream, they're not going to get hit with an ad. Because otherwise they don't know anything about me. Why should they even give me a chance? Uh-oh. Right, so at least make it, if somebody new shows up, they at least have an opportunity to be like, oh, I've watched this guy and I don't like him. You know? Gotta give them the opportunity to not like me. They can't just click out because I gave them an ad at the start. Come back and no one is noticing? I wouldn't say no one is noticing. But, I mean, I guess there is an unfortunate nature of it. Because it's not just a you thing, right? Like, there is a noticing in the beginning. But as time goes on, you know, there's always a churn. There's a stat that I think if we had... Let's use something reasonable. If we had 20 viewers, right? If we averaged... I'll even go lower. If we averaged 15... Did I hold it? Nope. Sounds like I lipped it. If we were averaging 15 viewers, and next year we're still averaging 15 viewers, half of those viewers would be different. It's not going to be the same 15 people and nothing changed. You're going to have 7, 8 people that moved... Yeah, that didn't come back. What did we end up at? Par 1? Is that all? Is that all they gave us? You know, it's not... Part of the remembrance piece of it, if you want to think of it that way, part of the remembrance is like how much of an impact do you have on an individual. And that can be in real life, right? I don't think I make a huge impact on people. That's why I have a small number of friends, lots of acquaintances, and nice enough to hang out with, not impressionable enough to be like, that Colby guy. And that's probably also why my stream is the way it is. But that's a different discussion. But really what it boils down to is everybody at the end of the day has, like, this is spare time on the internet. Right? Especially the time slot that I stream in. It's not like the work time slot. Good evening, John. It's not like the work time slot, right? The work time slot, people are at work. They have their background noise stream that they watch. Their radio show, so to speak. This is your free time. People have real lives, In the golf community, a lot of people make babies. So you have families, and your free time is more and more divvied up and all of that. So, like, there's also as much as you enjoy the presence of people, there's also this understanding and expectation that, like, people have lives to lead, and I should never be priority number one. Ads are everywhere now. Movie theaters are all ads now. I mean, ads are how companies make money, right? Ads must work. Ads don't work on me. I'm not but ads must work because companies continue to pay copious amounts of money to put their brand everywhere. Change anything about the swing mechanics and skill tree in the next game? Such a drastic change from 23 to 25. I'm curious to see what they changed. I don't know if there are going to be skills more similar to 23 that come back. I think this This is kind of terrible. I think you play it like this at the backstop. This is awkward distance. Like, for what this whole location is an awkward distance. I don't know how you get it close. Yeah, I feel like with them making such a drastic swing change from 23 to 25, I don't think that we get that up and down swing back. No, they were definitely making money 20 years ago, but I just think with the rise of the internet and everything, it's just more places to advertise. Right? I mean, years ago you would watch TV and that was it. You'd see some advertisements maybe at the movies, more so just in the form of trailers, but I just think companies are always looking to increase their revenue year over year, right? Well, how do you increase? You find new revenue streams. Oh wow, okay. I didn't I thought that was missing low because I underhit it. Open world PGA. I know people have like made mention over that sort of stuff of like, oh, I want it to be so immersive that I drive my golf cart up and I have to look for my ball and stuff. I don't see that happening. I don't really know though, like what sorts of things they're looking to implement. I think you're always looking for graphical improvements. I'm hoping that there's physics improvements. Servers would never survive. That's true. The way that the game is hooked into online servers and everything, it would be a mess. They would have to like crazily improve those systems, which I don't foresee happening. Also, what's going on, Jay Sporty? Welcome back. Stash, how's it going? You think up and down swing is coming back? If up and down swing comes back, though, then tempo comes back. Tempo has, like, if they go back to up and down, it's going to be just the 23 swing again. And maybe they tweak on it, but I don't know. I feel like we're going to get at least one more game of Evo swing. Maybe there's some tweaks to the mechanics of it. Maybe there's some tweaks to the mechanics of Evo swing. Yeah, it's hard, right? Because as a competitive player who this swing is even easier than the old games were, right? Like the tempo was the hardest part. But the problem is tempo had a huge hardware dependency. This game has some hardware dependency, but nowhere near as strong as what tempo had. So for that reason, I really don't know that they're going to want to go back to tempo. But for me, as a competitive player, and with the way the swing is and stuff, like, yes, having the swing be more challenging would be intriguing to me. But the game is catered towards the average casual player, right? The game is not catered towards the competitive side of things. Also, I don't know where the alert is, Scotty. There it is. There's the alert. Fellow ranked enjoyer, welcome on in, Scotty and company. Hope all is going well. We did our ranked placements. We're in par somewhere. Yeah, a long way to go, but I also don't really play, so that's why we're at where we're at. I don't play ranked. It's not my usual. it gonna be spinny enough from here on that slope? No. Thought maybe with it being on an upslope with some loft it might spin, but not the case. Casual, you enjoyed it, but not as fun as the old games? Yeah, it's one of those things too, like the swing being so different, some people were able to really adapt to it, but I don't know how the casual player feels about the diagonal swing. I know up and down is definitely a much easier concept. Apparently when you're up by 3, you're not allowed to try and read the putt. Yeah, the swing calibration, like, that's what I'm saying. It's hardware dependent. You had to calibrate your swing. Hey, birdie 3. You had to calibrate your swing. It was a way to, like, try and compensate for the technology, like the hardware that you're on. But I don't see that sort of hardware dependence coming back around. Oh yeah, perfect up and downs, like doing chips are technically not perfect up and downs, they're slightly skewed. But yeah, doing putts and stuff, like my swing is terrible with that. I do think you're onto that though, Rob, with the back to the forking over more money. I do think that you know, these games will continue to try and find ways to push microtransactions. I think, and I don't think that's an HB thing. I think that's coming from corporate 2K. Yeah. Got like 7 or 8 clubhouse passes or whatever. Dang, it's just a hair to the right. Got so many clubhouse passes. And then they try and... It's just like if they made it better. But there must be people that are out here spending coins and stuff. Like, the upgrade system... It just sucks because at the end it's like everything's the same. I think that's the biggest thing is... And I don't know how you change it. But I wish that the archetypes meant more. I wish the archetypes meant more. You know, early on they matter a little bit, but as time goes on, it's like you can make every build basically the same. Clubs are only cosmetic. The 2K21, they actually had stats. The problem is, it's hard. I think it's hard to get brands on board with putting their clubs in a game if there are stats tied to it. Because if there's stats tied to it, then all of a sudden, you know, it's like, well, that club sucks. Why would I use it? This club is better. Like, everybody's gonna just go to the best club. The club actually becomes part of the meta. And there's clearly a body of people who want... Like, I see all the time about adding certain... You guys gotta add this club to the game. Why isn't this club in the game? Apparently it matters to people. People want to play with their real bag. Their real bag, real bad. I'm not one of those people, so pardon me if it sounds like I'm completely making fun of you. I mean, if the shoe fits, so be it. But it's apparently a big deal. At least on Twitter it seems like a big deal. Well, having stats tied to clubs more like real life? I mean, now, it would be interesting if... And it would still probably not... It would still probably feed people to the same thing, but... Maybe if clubs were classified into, like, game improvement, you know, the mid whatever, and then, like, blades, and those had... Like, depending on what category they had, like, a stat adjustment for the distance or for the forgiveness or whatever. As opposed to just being, like, a per club thing. But I think ultimately you're still going to end up with a meta that way. Now, unfortunately, this is not going to draw in enough to avoid the left to right kick here, but I didn't want to hug the left-hand side of the green and get kicked super far. I mean, at the end of the day, as much as complaints will be raised and this and that, I don't envy the position of the developers for an ongoing franchise in a sport, like in sports games. Because at least with like other games in a franchise, for other like this story is different. You have more leeway to like really change mechanics and things. Like they obviously took a big risk in making the swing changes and such that they did on this game. Right? 2K21 to 23, it was basically the same swing with a little bit of tweaking to it. But you're always going to be... You're going to always make somebody happy and you're going to tick off a bunch of people. You're never going to have the perfect golf game. And as much as people want to look back to Tiger Woods games, they were great. They're just you also clouded in nostalgia. You know, truth is, gaming was just different 20 years ago. 15, 20 years ago. So I don't... You know, EA came back, tried to prettify their golf game and everything, and barely people play that game now. Still open on that? Huh. Really was trying to feel like I was more left. Play games casually back then? I mean, I think most people still play games casually. Realistically. Right? I think the hard thing with any game, especially when you're in the Twitch and YouTube ecosystem, right? You're in the streaming and video content creation ecosystem. The stuff that you see the most is the stuff that's most interesting, right? And so that's going to be your competitive, your crazy child, like people playing on the hard difficulty, like super try hard stuff. But the majority of players, very casual, not very good, by and large, right? It's like real golf, right? Like, most people that play real golf shoot over 100. We try and act like it's they should get off the course, because they play too slow and yada yada yada, but most people are not actually good at golf. So IM players are playing it like a video game, not actual golf. I mean, but it's a video game. So what are you supposed to do, right? Like, there's no way for you to replicate on a joystick chunking or thinning a shot. Swing is highly repeatable compared to a real golf swing, right? There's just less mechanics to it. And the nature of it is you're trying to sell the most copies, so the more realistic you try to make it in that sense, the harder it is, and therefore the less players you'll have. Unfortunately, the way that just the way that sort of thing goes. Lee Carvello's putting challenge? I feel like I've maybe heard of that. I know nothing about it, though. Officially abandoned after 1 month or so? I think it was a little bit longer than that, but yeah, it was They like got through the first couple of majors and then it was like they were just completely done. What up, Eat? Technically, we got our placement. This is like match number... I want to say 8 on the night, something like that. We got placed in par 3 and then made it to birdie 1 with another win. It's in The Simpsons. Well, that'll do it. That looks like it's gotta hurt the wrists. I don't know about you guys. I can't bend my wrist that way. Wow, it's kicked on. Very fortunate. Margins are getting a league of us putting challenge. Gotcha. Hey, hell of a putt. 900 albatrosses? Can I take a guess? That person also probably played some sort of XP boost course on putting greens that are like par 4 or 5 or something. And they're all albatrosses from that. I am going to wager that nobody's played enough golf well enough, even if you're a top ranked player, to have accomplished something like that. That's my guess. I don't think somebody has legitimately 900 albatrosses. Even when stuff is playing easier, I don't see that being the case. Don't love this. That might go. Oh, not bad. Yo, Jim. Day's going well. How about yours? The release month that are abusable. Hole-in-ones. Yeah, albatrosses. Yeah, because they're not looking for the albatross in the hole-in-one everything. It's just number of strokes in. Doesn't matter if it's with a putter. So you have XP courses. It's just a bunch of flat greens. You just hammer them home. Get the XP. Over and over and over again. They take them down, but they come back super fast. Ooh, just a little firm there, guy. I don't... long recovery... I probably just forgot to look for it. I think the only time I looked for the long recovery was out of the bunker, but... Yeah, you're talking about that early hole? That early match. I think it was like that 5th shot or whatever, and I pushed it out to the side, and I just tried to hit a 3-wood out of there. Yeah, I don't know how that would have been, because I hit the like, power approach... I hit the power approach, but I do wonder... Is that enough? I do wonder how that long recovery would have worked. Yo, Ben, how's it going, dude? Green shaped like a funnel to guarantee low scores. I should, speaking of like funnels, I should play those, like, Bull Kraken and stuff and see how many hole-in-ones I can get. I've actually never played it. Maybe played it one time back in an old game, but I haven't played in this one yet. full 18-hole course on average release 1,000 XP and over 100 VC. Yeah, and you just crank through it. It's how you get the VC. It's how you get your character leveled up. Yeah, definitely not the way the devs intended it. But with that, people just rack up. And if you're leveling multiple characters and stuff, it's all the same account. So they're probably just cracked out on albatrosses from it. Okay. So what we want to do here... Let's go in. Okay, we hit it. 102. Ah, it's gonna be too far right. That was the right shot, just literally like 2 yards right of where it needed to be. Probably didn't even, the way that that was bouncing, probably didn't need to overpower it. Seemed like that may have actually wanted to roll a ton then, probably out the back of the green. Just plain silly is the go-to course now. I've never tried. I know what they are because it's not hard to conceptualize what that sort of XP course would be, but I've never tried one myself. Figure I'll play the game enough. Do we try and chip it? Check it into that. Why not? Kick to the right. I thought about going up a club because I thought that that might happen, but I couldn't commit to it. Well, yeah, Rob, they're not... Those courses are not meant to be... Wow, this is such a great course. It's for mindlessly powering through the systems of the game. Is this gonna be one of those, like, it doesn't... People... That's one thing and part of why I don't play ranked much. Because people quit out and then I don't think it gives you the... I don't think it gives you any perk for it. Never mind, I got... rank promotion? Maybe I did. No. That's just a delayed ranked promotion. Because I was already... Hey, Iron King, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. I hate how the leaderboard is, like, completely separated from this. Hello, Putt, thank you for the follow. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, it's 33. I don't know where we were before that. But, yeah, back out logic needs to be shored up. Like, if somebody's up, like, I'm up 2 with a few to play. If they quit, I know it's a thing of, like, determining who quit out and if it's a disconnect and all of that sort of thing, but it's annoying to not have it count. Low ranked players just tend to quit more. I mean, the hard part is that, like, we're way too good for the rank that we're at, so we definitely tick a lot of people off. Play any course? What would I pick? Are you saying, like, what would I play IRL? I mean, the thing is, I'm not good at golf, so my problem with picking an IRL dream course is that I would be more frustrated with how I'm playing than actually enjoying the course that I'm playing on, I feel. Minus rep smurfing? Oh man, the minus rep... Well, I left that comment on my profile, Luis. Let me see. Minus rep doesn't skip through shots. It's one of the only, it's One of the only there are 2 comments on my Steam profile. That's one of them from 6 years ago. Minus rep doesn't skip through shots. I fast forward a little bit more. But if you think that I'm skipping an approach shot, no chance. No chance. Because if I fast forward, how am I going to get a good clip? You know? At the end of the day, that's all we're after here. That's all we're after. You know, I want to hit ball, see ball, go in hole. Uh-oh. That's my goal. Best I've ever shot IRL, 93. And that was 2 years ago, something like that. Actually, may have been 3 years ago. Yeah, there are a lot of times where I don't fast forward my drives, but I try to sometimes. It's mostly because I'm just like for me, the biggest thing about the stream is hanging out and chatting with you guys. Right? So like the golf is the vessel by which we communicate. A lot of the golf is secondary. No, I have not finished Bonanza yet, Iron King. This week was just kind of an odd week in that IRL stuff. So I did stream on Tuesday, so then we played Plat yesterday, and then today I had some IRL stuff that didn't need to cancel stream, but I just started at like 9 o'clock instead of 8, and so I was like, I'm not going to bring the Switch downstairs and hook it up, just like unhook it and bring it downstairs just to hook it up for 2 hours. So we'll play it again some more next week. This is 86, 40 on 9. I don't know what my 9-hole personal best is. I'd have to scroll through my rounds, try and figure that out. When you're given that, is that your just like, is that 40 split end 9-hole? Or is that just like, that's your best playing a solely 9-hole round? Ooh, that had a little bit of zip on it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, Iron King. I'm enjoying it. Nothing crazy, like, it doesn't have the same satisfaction that I got out of Super Mario Odyssey, but it's a solid game. It plays nice, it's enjoyable. It's a Nintendo game, so the story's not anything crazy. Tried 86 twice now. My best rounds are like a 93 and a 95, I think. But I feel like I'm getting ready to like make a big jump in my game. I think. We'll see. Yo, what's good, Rocket? Odyssey's great, man. The movement in that game is so much fun. It's crazy to think I bought a Switch 1 with an Odyssey bundle when that came out, and that was 2017. 2017. When you say played the Zelda games yet, are you just talking about Zelda as a franchise, or are you talking about the, like, Switch Zelda games? I played Breath of the Wild, and I've played the Link's Awakening remake. I have not played Tears of the Kingdom. As far as the whole franchise, we've beaten Link to the Past, and we just played through Ocarina of Time for the first time last year. I played some of the Zelda games as a kid and just never beat them. So like I have Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons on the Game Boy Color that I never beat. I have Phantom Hourglass on the DS that I never beat. I rage quit the first Zelda on stream years ago. I got to like the 6th dungeon and I got stuck. Kind of want to revisit that as a redemption arc at some point. You remember queuing for the Breath of the Wild bundle? Yeah, I got the Odyssey bundle, so I have like I have a red Odyssey case for my Switch. The only thing that stinks about those bundles is that they are digital. Ooh, somebody hit a nice putt. Somebody hit a nice putt. Yeah, I'm interested to see what how the Ocarina of Time remake is. Yeah, a little shorter stream tonight, Liam. Didn't really have an agenda, so playing some ranked. Still play Tears of the Kingdom. I enjoyed Breath of the Wild, but I didn't get into it enough, like some people did. And so, because of that, I just didn't have the same, like, hype when Tears of the Kingdom came out. Maybe one day I will. Majora's Mask is on my list of, like, that would be one of the next Zelda games I would play if we get to it. Because I played Ocarina of Time on Ship of Harkinian, and I think this is the funniest thing, that the Majora's Mask emulator is to ship to Harkinian. Now, as a Fast and Furious fan, I love that naming. That's your chill out game? Aside from golf, you know what my chill out game is? Dark Souls 1 or 3. Not the average person's chill out game. But as I say, I have a little bit of brain damage. Dark Souls 2, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I don't think DS2 sucks. I just think it's different, and I played it when 3 was already out and stuff, so like it wasn't part of my progression. Like I played it, but it was not like I played it when it came out and it was the newest greatest thing. Like, so it just doesn't hold the same. It's the same way that like Bloodborne, I didn't think I was going to. I didn't have a PS4 at the time, so I wasn't thinking that I was going to ever play it, so I spoiled it for myself. Bloodborne doesn't hold the same place in my heart as it does for a lot of people. Because I had seen everything, I didn't have the same experience with it. But how's it going, Dukester? Souls games are lit? They are. They are. I've been playing through... First time using the... Seamless co-op mod. Been playing Elden Ring with some friends. We're almost at the end of the main game. Seamless co-op's pretty fun. Game that I really like that released within the past 3 years. Hey, take it easy, Jim. Thanks for stopping by, man. Past 3 years? Been more than 3 years for Elden Ring. Armored Core 6. Sticking with my FromSoft love. Armored Core 6 is a great one. What other games came out in the last 3 years? Problem is I don't play a lot of new stuff. I'm sure I've missed out on a lot of things. Can I sort the games in my library? Sort by recent activity. Can I sort by... Is there a way to sort by release date? I don't think so. Oh, it does cut through that wind enough. Well, that was a fortunate bounce. Landed quite soft. Kicked very nicely. Silk Song. Silk Song was great. I'm like going through my Steam library right now. Yeah, Silk Song was fantastic. Looking forward to the DLC of that whenever that comes around. Hades 2 was fun. I played the Hades 2 early access, but I haven't played it since full release. But I do enjoy that. Mega Bonk, if we're talking like indie game, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun when that came out. Oh, this is gonna snap so freaking much. Gotta get it enough to the left. Oh, actually overdid it. Super Battle Golf was a lot of fun, but that's a game that you like need to play with friends. I like Silk Song. AC6. There are definitely more than 6 Assassin's Creed games that have come out. It's not Assetto Corsa. Oh, Armored Core 6. Yeah. I'm like, what AC are we doing? Armored Core. The game that I already mentioned. Duh. Come on, Colby, get with it. Get with the program, sir. Ooh, that line might be spicy. Oh, it's gonna die. Dang. Oh, you got big into Crimson Desert? Crimson Desert came out when I was on paternity leave. So I saw that there was a lot going on with that. A lot of people hyped up for it, seemed to enjoy it. My cousin's really into it still. But just nothing I ever got into. I also always have a hard time getting into long, big games because of how little we stream, and so it's like... For me to get into and enjoy that sort of game, I would have to just have it... We would never play golf again, and we would just let that take over our lives. No, don't worry about it, John. That's me just, like, having a big brain fart, which we do often. Diddy Kong Racing? Isn't there, like, a Diddy Kong Racing on the... I want to say we had, like, a Diddy Kong Racing on the DS or something. I have not tried Power World. I know Power World was huge. Power World was huge when it, at least was in early access. I think the launch prize still big. See, it's saying that was 4 matchmaking wins. What a shot. 4 matchmaking wins, but we've had all those quit outs, so the points count, but they don't count as a win. Maybe there is a DS version. Let me see. Diddy Kong Racing DS. Actually, that's the name of the game. Diddy Kong Racing DS. Which is probably a remake. Yeah, it's just a straight remake of... They didn't do anything fancy to it. That's just a remake of the 64 version, which they did a lot of. Mario Kart DS, they didn't do it, but Super Mario 64 DS, like they did a bunch of those N64 ports. Power nearly peaked 1 million release recently. I know. The early access 2.2 million was nuts. Yeah, so you get the win, but not for the challenge, which is annoying. All right, so we qualified into par 1. We've moved up enough to be in birdie 3. They don't give out points that often. We're on a huge win streak, but that's all we're gonna get. I think in general, because of how little we've played ranked, we've only lost a few matches over the course of all of the seasons. Van Alt F4 is still playing a ton of ranked. We're 8-0. 8-0, baby. I wish I could look back at old seasons. Give me a cumulative record. I bet you I'm like 60-2 or something. Oh yeah, that's a fantastic retention compared to other early access games. Because I feel like you had stuff like Hades 2 where like Hades 1 was big, Hades 2, the early access, like there's a lot of hype around it. I feel like I haven't heard much talk about Hades 2 since it launched. Like, and maybe that's one of those things because the game doesn't necessarily hold up well on stream. I think that's maybe part of it. What is it? Steam... Not Steam DB. What's the other one? Steam player count. What's the web? Steam charts. That's what I'm looking for. Steam charts. And I want Hades 2. Now, Hades 2's been out for a minute. Power World, there's 525,000 people playing it right now. Yeah, Hades 2 early access, 102,000 peak. And then it immediately fell off the next month to 21,000. And then 6,000, then 4,000. It held better. It held better. Like post full release, it has more average players. It was 112,000, then 82, then 32, 19, 22. It's down to 9,000 peak players right now. Average players down from 41,000. That's the thing. The peak was 112,000. I don't know why I'm not showing this on stream. Hold on. Hold the phone. We can look at graphs. I apologize, vertical users. I need to figure this part of the stream out still, and I never think to. Numbers aren't going to translate well on small screen anyway. But the peak was higher at full launch, but look at the average players. 41,000 down to 9,000. It only got up to 36,000. I mean, it's holding kind of roughly around some of the median high points through early access. It's holding steadier. But yeah, some games translate way better than others when it comes to how they do. You know, when they finally fully come out. So the having 1 million is a fantastic retention. Like, phenomenal retention. But yeah, I never got into it. It's hard. It's hard for me. Like, picking a secondary game when we stream as little as we do. It's something that I've never really been good at. I think, and this is also just like my interests are all over the board. Because I think once we're done with Bonanza, which I know is a year-old game, we're going to switch to an even older game. We're going to go Lies of P, I think, is going to be the next one. So, like, and I like golf, but I also like these other games, and yeah, the overlap is very minimal. So hopefully you guys are all here for me. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna leave it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's where we're gonna leave things for tonight. So I appreciate you all hanging out. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you guys next week. See you guys next week. Have a